Now, a difficult and delicate subject that is rarely talked about here or elsewhere, and that's part of the problem: suicide. The fact of the matter is, at some point in their life, more than 8 out of 10 people will think about committing suicide, and all too many of them follow through. In the past 5 years, on Vancouver Island alone, 23 teens have killed themselves. Tonight, we continue our look at mental health with one of their stories. As CTV's Louise Hartland shows us, opening up the conversation with your kids could save their life.
Every day, Corinne Thompson thinks about her youngest son, Riley.
He was just a young, lively kid. He was one of those no-fear boys.
He was 15 when he killed himself.
I had no clue that suicide was on his mind in any way, shape, or form. Do I think he was depressed? Yes, absolutely.
Since that day 5.5 years ago, Corinne has struggled to understand.
There is nothing that I can ever know about it that ever is going to make it feel better.
Part of Corinne's healing is sharing her story with others.
I really needed to have Riley's experience provide a positive legacy for him.
Since Riley's death, she has spoken to dozens of school groups and says she will keep the conversation going. In recent years, high schools all over Vancouver Island have implemented suicide awareness programs, including Francis Kelsey, Riley's former school.
There is a lot of stigma around suicide.
Heather Owen speaks to students about opening up the conversation around suicide.
Kids are really eager to help, but they're also kind of nervous to, approach somebody or maybe say something. They're not sure if that's okay. So giving them the permission to do that and giving them the confidence of what does help and how they can help people, it just gives them that little push to, make those connections and bridge that gap.
Since 2009, when the school programs began, the Vancouver Island Crisis Line has seen a 78% increase in calls from teens.
Someone who's feeling suicidal really wants the opportunity to talk about it. That's what they really need, is to be able to say, yes, that's how overwhelmed I am, and I am thinking about suicide. So it's a real gift if you can say to them, are you thinking about this?
It is a conversation Corinne wishes she had had with Riley.
Parents talk to their kids about drugs. We talk to our kids about drinking. We talk about drinking and driving, all the things that strangers or, things like that we perceive as being threats to their lives, but we're afraid to talk about that.
And that is what she is trying to change, in honor of her son.
People who are suicidal think that the people that are left behind will be better off without them. And they're not. They're not.
Louise Hartland, CTV News, COWICHAN Bay.
If you or someone you love needs help, here is where you can find it. You are not alone. Just call the Vancouver Island Crisis Line anytime. There's someone there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, trained and ready to listen. The number is 1-888-494-3888. That's also 1-800-SUICIDE or 1-800-784-2433. And Louise continues our look at mental health tomorrow. And of course, Bell Let's Talk Day about mental health issues is next Tuesday.